welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping straight into something really practical.
Yeah, something we all run into.
Exactly. How to, politely cancel an appointment in English. It sounds basic, maybe.
But it's not always straightforward, is it? Getting the tone right, especially.
Right. It really makes a difference in, well, everyday life, personal stuff, work stuff. You want to handle it well.
Absolutely. And we've looked at an example script from an English learning resource that focus specifically on this.
So our mission today, to really break that down, give you the words, the phrases.
And importantly, the confidence to manage these situations without causing offense. Being clear, but also respectful.
Okay, let's get into it. Vocabulary first.
Yeah.
The source we looked at pulled out some keywords, foundational stuff.
First up, cancel. Pretty obvious, maybe, but the example was clear. I need to cancel my doctor's appointment.
Simple, direct, gets the job done.
Then there's reschedule. This one's important because it signals you still want the appointment just later. Exactly. The example was, can we reschedule our meeting for tomorrow? It's phrased like a question, which feels more collaborative.
Yeah, less demanding somehow. Now, this next one is interesting. Something came up.
Ah, yes.
The classic.
The source used it like this. I'm sorry, something came up and I won't be able to make it. It's like incredibly useful, isn't it?
Oh, totally. It's polite because it's a bit vague. You're not oversharing.
Right. In English, sometimes you don't need to give all the details. People often appreciate that.
Yeah, it respects your own privacy, but also the other person's time. They don't necessarily need the whole story.
Yeah.
Just that you can't make it.
Okay, so let's see how these actually play out. The source had this great little dialogue, a phone call.
Right. To Bell Beauty Salon. Someone calling to cancel a haircut.
This is where it gets practical, right? Seeing the language in action. It's like a mini template.
Definitely.
So, the client kicks things off. Hi, I have an appointment for a haircut at 3 p.m. today, but I need to cancel it. What do you think about that opening? Well, I think it's pretty good. It's polite, starts with, hi, states the reason clearly, identifies the appointment, no messing around.
Yeah, efficient, but not rude. And the receptionist, they say, I'm sorry to hear that. Would you like to reschedule?
And that's key, isn't it? Acknowledging the cancellation first, I'm sorry to hear that, and then immediately offering a solution.
It feels very professional, proactive.
Yeah, it's good customer service, plain and simple. Shows they want to keep the business.
So the client comes back with, yes, please. Is there anything available tomorrow morning?
Clear request. Polite again with the please.
And when they find a spot, the client says, perfect, I'll take it. Thank you so much. You can almost hear the relief and definitely the appreciation.
Absolutely. That perfect, I'll take it, is nice and decisive. And the thank you so much at the end. Crucial.
Why crucial?
Well, it just leaves things on a positive note. The receptionist helped them out, found a new time, acknowledging that effort is just polite, good interaction.
Makes sense. And the receptionist finishes with, you're welcome. We'll see you tomorrow at 10. Nice, clear confirmation.
So looking back at that exchange, it works because everyone's clear, everyone's respectful. Client states the need politely.
Salon responds helpfully, offers an alternative.
Client accepts gratefully. It's smooth.
So the big language takeaway for the person canceling is that straightforward but polite phrase, I need to cancel my appointment.
Yep. And maybe adding the time or service helps the other person find it quickly.
And from the other side, that offer, would you like to reschedule, really keeps things moving positively.
Definitely solution-focused.
And we heard the client's agreement. Perfect. I'll take it. Nice and enthusiastic. But, okay, what if rescheduling right then isn't an option?
Ah, good point. Sometimes you just need to cancel, full stop. Or you don't know your availability yet.
And the source material had some alternatives for that, didn't it? These fluency builders.
Yeah, really useful phrases for slightly different situations.
Okay, first one. I'm really sorry, but I have to cancel. Why the emphasis on sorry? Seems very common in English.
It really is. I think it comes down to acknowledging the inconvenience. You're changing plans, potentially messing up their schedule. So starting with an apology, especially a sincere-sounding one like, I'm really sorry, just softens the blow, shows consideration.
Okay, makes sense. Another one was, is there another time available?
Right. This one's great if you do want to reschedule, but maybe you can't commit to tomorrow morning, right, that second.
It signals intent, like I want to come back, let's find a time later.
Exactly. Keeps the door open.
Then there was a more casual one. Can we push the appointment to next week?
Yeah, push the appointment or push it back. It's a bit more informal. Good maybe if you know the person a little, or in a less formal context.
Suggests a general time frame like next week.
Right. Not super specific, but gives an idea.
And lastly, a slightly more formal option. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it.
Unfortunately. That's a good one. It adds that touch of regret. Sounds professional.
Yeah, it avoids needing an excuse, but still sounds polite and, well, unfortunate.
Precisely. It's concise, professional, gets the message across that you have to cancel without needing details.
So, thinking back to our salon call again,
Mm-hmm.
if the client couldn't do tomorrow morning, they could have maybe used one of these.
Absolutely. They could have said, oh, unfortunately, tomorrow morning doesn't work. Is there another time available later in the week, perhaps?
Or, I'm really sorry I have to cancel for now. Could I call back to reschedule?
Exactly. It shows how you can mix and match these phrases depending on the exact situation.
So, wrapping this up then, we've gone deep into just canceling an appointment, but the core lesson seems pretty clear.
Yeah, it really comes down to being considerate, doesn't it? Politeness, clarity.
And giving notice, as much notice as possible, ideally. That seems like the most respectful thing.
Absolutely. It gives the other person or business a chance to, adjust their own plans, maybe fill the slot.
And just remembering that being kind, being respectful, it goes a long way. People are usually more understanding if you handle it well.
For sure. And we saw it in the dialogue saying thank you if they help you reschedule. It just reinforces that positive connection.
So here's something to think about. How do these small communication skills, like knowing how to cancel politely, how do they actually add up over time? How do they affect your relationships, personal and professional?
That's a great point. It's those everyday interactions that build trust and rapport, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which leads us to a final question for you listening. What other common English situations or phrases, maybe everyday things like this, would you find helpful to break down like we did today? Where do you wish you had clearer, more courteous communication tools?
Yeah, we'd love to know what other areas we could explore in future deep dives.